Today, we're going over the entire e-commerce email flow playbook. Now, I might be a little bit biased, but it's probably the most extensive welcome flow training you'll find on the internet for free. So make sure you stick around for the next 30 minutes. I'm going to give away everything I've learned in the past few years from email marketing, in particular with flows, and I'm going to show you how you can lower your CPA and increase your repeat orders so you can scale your brand profitably. Let's jump in. So in this free playbook, I'll reveal every single flow you can use to drive automated revenue every single month for your brand. This playbook includes full email flow breakdowns, email and copy design templates that you can literally plug into your Klaviyo account, subject line examples for every single email, email flow examples from $1 million brands, Klaviyo triggers, time delays, complete flow filter setups. The list goes on. Let's jump in. Now, why should you listen to me? Well, in the past 2 years, our team has worked with over 20 e-commerce brands worldwide, turning their email and SMS marketing from a chore on their to-do list into automated revenue generating machines. We generated over $4 million for our clients in the past 12 years alone, which means plenty of long days and nights spent inside a Klaviyo account. So you can say we've picked up a thing or two when it comes to increasing email revenue. If you want to find me on social media, my links are there as well. Now, let's jump in. Are flows even important? Well, this is a very important question, and the answer is yes. The reason why? Well, there's real two main mechanisms of email flows and why you should have these set up. Number one is they lower your CPA on the front end. So your pre-purchase flows are going to be the secret, such as your welcome flow, your abandonment series. They'll be the key for converting higher percent of your traffic, which is secretly going to allow you to scale up your ad spend profitably. So these flows are often going to be the lowest hanging fruit in your front end acquisition strategy. No doubt that much of your time is going into ad creatives, investing in top UGC creators, etc., that you kind of neglect your email flows. But the secret is, if you get these right and you build these out correctly, you're going to be able to scale your brand a lot faster because you're going to be more profitable with each customer that joins and buys from your brand. Now, this doesn't mean writing up 2 to 3 basic welcome emails with generic design, slapping on a brand logo and calling it a day. No, the top brands actually take the time to map out their customer buying journey. They handle product projections, they separate themselves from others in the industry, and they position their brand as the authority of its industry. So with a pre-purchase flow funnel, you want to start thinking of your pre-purchase flows as a team to push your shoppers further down the funnel until they eventually place an order. This means you want to flow for every different step in the pre-purchase phase, and each flow is going to play an important part in the pre-purchase funnel. So you really want to make sure you have all of these set up correctly. These are the flows here. I'll jump into further detail in a second. Next, well, if they increase, they lower CPA on the front end, they also boost LTV on the back end. So your post-purchase email flows will allow you to tailor the customer journey and provide an amazing post-purchase experience, which increases the chancing of them buying again. So really, you get more buyers out of the people that you pay for, and then those buyers end up staying for longer and buying more times. That's why email flows are so powerful. You want to start thinking that the real customer journey starts after the first purchase. So I want you to ask yourself, how are you treating your customers after they buy from you? And that'll be an indication on how your retention is going and maybe why you're not getting repeat purchases. Now, this is a quick overview of the post-purchase flow funnel. Like I said, these post-purchase email flows will boost your customer LTV by nurturing them through the post-purchase journey. So the beauty about these post-purchase flows is you can automate and really craft the most absolute and complete post-purchase journey. So it's all in your hands. There's no questioning about it. You just got to have the time to do it, and you got to have the dedication and the understanding of your customers and what you should be sending them in order to drive a repeat purchase. Now, I just want to give a heads up before we jump into the 8 core email flow system here. The structures below are just a guide, and you should definitely tailor them to your brand's needs. Now, not every brand is going to need to see the same type of content to convert. For example, if you have a one product store, you won't need a bunch of bestsellers emails. And if your brand has a unique invention, which might need a bit of explaining, then you need an email that kind of talks about the science behind how the product works. So use this structure below as a starting template, and then you can swap in and swap out and change email types as needed. Okay, so here is the 8 core ecom email flow system. Let's start off with the bang and go with the welcome flow. So why this flow? Well, this is the perfect flow for setting the tone for your relationship with the new subscriber. And it's often going to be the first direct interaction with your brand. So first impressions, everything. So you want to make sure you're nailing this flow. So what to include? You want to introduce the discount. You want to show reviews, best sellers, unique selling points, objection handling, frequently asked questions, countdown timers, etc. The trigger is going to be when someone subscribes to a list, and the filter is when they've placed an order 0 times since starting this flow. Now, your welcome flow playbook, well, here we go. This is the welcome flow skeleton. So this is kind of what it should look like. Again, this is going to be custom to your brand, but this is an overall template. So we like to do, around 8 emails here and quickly walk through. So you got a brand intro discount, you got brand story, best sellers, us versus them, reviews UGC, discount reminder, discount expiring, and then a founder follow-up. Now you can plug and play some alternate welcome flow topics depending on your brand, which are linked here as well. Now, if you're wondering what, a welcome flow should look like, well, here is some design templates that we've put together. If you click the link in the description of this video, you can get access to this document where you can click here and get instant access to these templates, and you can plug and play these for your brand. You can see how awesome these are. We've put together some amazing, amazing templates. All right, jumping back. Video on how to set it up in Klaviyo, so make sure you click that as well when you want to set it up in Klaviyo. Now, walking you through the first few emails. So the intro and discount email, this is the most important email. Most people are going to actually see this email and open it. So you want to make sure you're always testing this email and you put as much time and energy into perfecting it as possible. You can see here we're displaying the welcome offer right away. A bit of history about the brand, maybe recommending some products, but it's meant to be short and sharp. So here's some info on why this email. Well, it sets the tone with the relationship with your subscriber. It's often the first direct interaction with your brand. You want to welcome new subscribers by thanking them for signing up, briefly introduce the brand and why you're different, include the welcome offer if you have one. Some tips as well, keep it brief, show the discount above the fold, and put your own unique brand spin onto it. So that is the first email. The second one, you want to go with the reviews/UGC sort of email. Here are some examples you can implement. Why this email? Well, it builds trust and credibility with your audience as social proof influences decision making heavily. And some tips as well. You want to test 3 to 5 reviews versus one very in-depth review. You want to keep it short and sharp and repurpose UGC in this email. Email number 3, the welcome email for brand and founder stories. So here we're introducing the brand story. This is awesome if you have a unique brand story. Most brands that we work with have amazing stories of how their company started. So here you want to get pretty creative and tell a good story here. So why this email? Well, it creates a deeper emotional connection with your audience and it explains the heart and soul of the brand. This helps really create, like I said, that amazing connection with your audience. They begin to trust you more. They see you as a real person and not just a figure of authority, a brand. And people like to buy from people. They don't want to buy from big, company headquarters. They like small local businesses. So we can kind of leverage ourselves and position ourselves that way, and you get way more conversions from that. So some pro tips: introduce important characters, so team members, founders, pets. Go into depth, tell a good story. Email 4, the best sellers email. Here you can see just highlighting the best sellers of your brand. So what it does, it leverages social proof and it helps guide purchasing decisions for new subscribers. Here we want to personalize recommendations. If you do collect subscriber preferences, you want to include a founder's favorite to put a little spin on it. And you also want to include reviews of the products and give recommendations some more power. So that's the 4th email there. And the 5th one is the us versus them. This is my favorite email in the entire welcome flow. You can see you can get really creative with it and design it in a way that is very visually appealing. So you want to use lots of infographics here. You can see examples of infographics. And then we're explaining why we are better than our competitors. So some tips here, like I said, use an infographic to demonstrate your advantages over competitors. You can include some social proof to back up your claims. You want to use a fun and punchy tone here. Discount reminder is the email number 6. We like to chuck this in here. The reason why is a lot of people forget about that welcome code, so we want to consistently remind them, and having the email reminder at email 6 is going to be the best way to do that. So you can test this reminder at email 4, email 6, whatever. We like to do email 6, but yeah, feel free to test that. Here are some example emails. Why this email? It keeps your offer top of mind, encouraging customers to take advantage of the deal before it expires. You want to show the discount above the fold, restate USPs, and keep it short and punchy. Last chance email. So here, email 7, we're just doing a last chance scarcity. Include timers, leverage urgency in the copy, and add some reviews to push FOMO. And then email number 8 is an email that we like to use, and it's a founder plain text follow-up. The reason why we do this is it captures those who may have missed the last chance, and it pierces through the noise here because they've seen some designed emails, and if we send them a nice founder plain text email, it might pierce through the noise and create that connection with them so they end up converting. So We want to extend the discount for another 24 hours and let them know that they can ask any questions for clarification. And use curiosity here. We want to ask why they didn't use the discount and if there's anything we can do to help. Okay, that is the welcome flow. Now let's move on to the site abandonment flow. So why do we implement the site abandonment flow? Well, it's great for nurturing site visitors and directing them further down the funnel to viewing products, adding to cart, and placing an order. So what is the site abandonment flow? Well, this triggers when someone is active on site and they haven't viewed a product, they haven't added to cart, they haven't started checkout, they haven't placed an order, and they haven't been in the flow in the past 21 days. So what do we want to do? We want to direct them to best sellers and we want to use a fun and interactive design. Now here is the site abandonment flow playbook. You can see the flow skeleton here. We only like to keep it at one email here because you only need really one reminder to get them down usually does the trick to get them to browse or add to cart. And it's just a gentle nudge. So we're just saying, hey, we saw you checking us out. Here are some bestsellers, just recommending other bestsellers that they can start shopping. So here is a flow template, something like this. You want access to this, just download the document. How to set it up in Klaviyo, you can watch that video there as well. And this is the email we want to send. So just saying, hey, need a hand. Thanks for stopping by. Take another look and recommending products. And then you're also giving them a chance to shop specifically. So we like to get creative here and say, tap the image that best represents what your home needs. And then they can tap the image to fun, interactive way to get them back to the website. Cool, browser abandonment flow. So why do we want to set this flow up? Well, the browser abandonment flow aims to address objections and position the brand as a premier solution to their needs. It's going to be responsible for converting fence-sitting shoppers. So what you want to include the product they viewed, you want to include reviews, unique selling points, frequently asked questions, and handle objections. You can also introduce an incentive if you're willing. Now the flow trigger is when they view a product, but they don't place an order, they don't add to cart, they don't start checkout, and they haven't been in the flow in the last 30 days. So this is the browser abandonment flow playbook. You can see the skeleton here is about 5 emails long. You've got frequently asked questions, unique selling points plus reviews, then handle objections, then intro the discount, and then discount expiring. Some browser abandonment flow templates. You can see here some beautiful templates that you can steal. They're free. Just click the link below, download this document, and you can claim these. Moving on, how to set up in Klaviyo. If you want that video, you can watch it as well. Address frequently asked questions is email number 1. Then you can see, I'll just give you a quick squiz. So you can see, just addressing frequently asked questions. You can see how it's, fun and engaging way. Number 2, highlight unique selling points and reviews. So ambient lighting is just a few clicks away. Experience the difference using reviews, that sort of stuff. Email 3, handle common objections. So we like to handle objections up front. So if you're expensive, you say, hey, we're expensive. This is why we're expensive. If there's other competitors that are bigger, you explain why your brand is the better solution. Whatever your main objections are, you want to tackle them front on. And email in the browser abandonment flow is the best way to do that. Email 4 is when you can introduce a discount. So say, hey, here's 15% off. Let me know if that helps with getting you to convert, recommending the product. And then email 5 is discount expiring. So hey, last chance to claim. Okay, flow number 4 and 5 are going to be your abandoned cart and your abandoned checkout flows. Now, what these flows are, well, it's when someone adds to cart, they go to the abandoned cart flow. Someone checkout started, they go to the abandoned checkout flow. These flows are different. There's different triggers. So you want to make sure in Klaviyo, you set up the added to cart flow because the checkout starter flow is the automated flow that Klaviyo already sets up. But you need to add some code to get the added to cart flow set up. Otherwise, you're missing out on potential shoppers going through this flow and they won't be caught through it. So make sure you do all the training and you set this up so you can recover more carts. So what you want to include here is constant cart reminders, introduce a discount to increase conversions, and address objections and include social proof. So you can see the triggers here are different. Added to cart trigger for the abandoned cart flow, checkout started trigger for the abandoned checkout flow. And when we're looking at the playbook, this is what the skeleton should look like. So they're going to be the same skeleton. You can use the exact same flow for here. You just want to make sure there's different triggers set up. If we look at the actual emails, email number 1 is a gentle nudge. Email 2, unique selling points plus reviews. Email 3, handle frequently asked questions. Then you want to wait 1 day, and then you want to ask if they've placed an order at least once at all. If they have, then you send them a found a message. If they haven't, then you introduce a discount. So here is the email in order. So number 1, order incomplete. So this is a pretty basic reminder. You don't have to get too crazy, but this one just, hey, we saw you checking us out. Here's the product you viewed. Here's what you added to cart. finish your order. So some subject lines here you can use is saying order status incomplete, your order is incomplete. We like to use that as it feels a little bit more official, and it's like an actual message, a transactional sort of message, which people like to click on. Email 2, highlight unique selling points from reviews. So you can say, hey, don't snooze on your card, your order's ready to go. And then recommending, some reviews from, our best customers. It's a great way to build social proof. What to include, just highlight the benefits of the product, but also the benefits of choosing to shop with the company. If you have good UGC, include that as well. Email number 3 is handling common objections. This is similar to the browser abandonment one. You're putting myths to bed. Any misconceptions they have, you're addressing them front on. Email 4, introduce the discount. So, hey, here's 10% off or here's $5 off, whatever incentive is best. And then email number 5 is just adding some urgency, saying, hey, this discount is expiring. Here's your last chance to save. Include some reviews, make sure the reminder and the code is nice and clear for them to check out. Okay, moving on to the post-purchase flows. And the first one is the post-purchase flow itself. So why this flow? Well, this flow is perfect at reducing buyer remorse, and it helps provide an amazing post-purchase experience for our new customer so they come back and buy again. So you want to thank them for purchasing. You want to include tips on how to use the product. You want unboxing videos, SMS sign up, and referral offers. So this is probably one of the most important flows for retention. Make sure you map out and spend the time to set this up right, because it's going to help increase repeat orders, LTV, and it's going to be the key at scaling your brand profitably. So the trigger here is when they place an order, you don't need any flow filters here either. So the skeleton here that we like to implement is a little bit complex. So we actually split based on how many times a customer has bought. This allows us to really tailor the experience. And we're not just sending a generic thank you email every time someone purchases. They're bought one time, then we're sending them down a particular flow path. They bought a second time, we're splitting them down the second flow path, third and fourth, and so on. So you can see here, we really tailor it and nurture the post-purchase experience really based on how many times they've purchased, which allows for better retention. So if we zoom in here, you can kind of see the first time buyer, they get a thank you message, then they get how to use the product, and they get an SMS sign up offer, and then they ask to join the referral program. The second time buyer, they get a thank you again, and they get a how to use product. Third time buyer, we actually welcome them to the VIP section. So here is like a secret little section inside of the email list where VIPs get exclusive discounts and some perks that they can use. So if they're a third time buyer, they enter that section, and then you wait 14 days and then you get them a VIP offer reminder. 4 or more time buyers, you're just thanking them for being a VIP and their ongoing loyalty. So some example emails here. Email 1, so this is going to first time buyers. Thank you for purchasing. So just as a pretty basic thank you. You can get kind of creative here. So you can see this copy here we did is very creative. It puts a fun little spin on it, gets them exciting, reduces that buyer remorse. Pretty much standard. You just want to thank them for the order, let them know that they are what make us great. Email 1B, so this is just second time purchases. Thank them for purchasing again. So we want to actually acknowledge that it's their second purchase. And we thank them for their loyalty with the brand. 1C, so this is to third time buyers. They enter the VIP section. So welcoming them to the VIP club, explaining some perks here with a VIP offer. So if you want to give 15% off to VIPs, and then you also want to let them know they have exclusive VIP access to any future sale or any early access to new product launches, just giving them a bit of an inside scoop so they feel special. Now, having a VIP section is really important because it increases the status, and people like to feel special, right? So if they feel like they're in the exclusive club inside of your brand, they're likely to stay with your brand and have a little bit more loyalty than if they were just a regular customer. So this is what we really like to leverage in the post-purchase flow, and that's by adding a VIP section. Email 2A and B. So this is when we're building some hype on what they should expect with their order. So you need to tailor this based on what they purchased. You can say, hey, your order's arriving soon. Here's how to set up your new lights or your new routine, whatever you're selling. You want to give them some information on how they can use the product. So if it's skincare, you're giving them a skincare routine on how to use the product, how to apply the skincare, how long you should leave it on, etc. Whatever it is, tailor it to your brand. Including UGC content here is really good. You can repurpose UGC content of maybe an unboxing video or applying a face mask, that sort of thing. The whole goal here is just to build excitement about their order. So email 3A is an SMS sign-up offer. So eventually after a couple of weeks, we want to ask them to join the SMS club. Here they can receive a discount when they join the SMS club. SMS signups are very, very valuable as these are much more engaged subscribers and we can reach them much easier just through a text. So really value this and make sure you give them a good incentive to sign up. Then lastly, we have a join our referral program email. So here, if you set up a referral program, it's very, very great at retention because you're giving 10 to the customer and then they get to recommend a friend to join the brand. They get $10 off and then also the customer gets $10 off. So it's a win-win for them. And it's cheap for you because you've only spent $10 to acquire a brand new customer here, or $20 if the existing customer purchases as well. So I'm sure your $20 is going to be a lot cheaper than what your customer acquisition costs are. So it's definitely worth it in my opinion. Next is a cross-sell flow. So why this flow? Well, this helps increase customer LTV by recommending complementary products similar to the ones that customers have purchased. Now, a lot of brands skip this, but I really think it's important that you set up a cross-sell flow. Now, it does take some work, but once you can actually nail the correct flow paths and they're detailed based on what the customers have purchased, you're really going to get a really good post-purchase experience for your customer. And it really helps because you're sending them actual complementary products that are related to what they purchased rather than just recommending random products. You're recommending products specifically on what they purchased. So looking at the skeleton here, how you want to do it, I'll show you. If you want to see how we fully set it up in Klaviyo, you can watch this how to set up in Klaviyo video. Otherwise, you pretty much just split it based on what they ordered. So you duplicate this and create different sections based on what they ordered. And you say, hey, because you bought X, here's Y. This is what the example would look like. So you can see if they bought baby wear, you're like, hey, here's other baby wear your little one might love. If they bought travel items, hey, here's other travel items you and your little one might love. Nursery items, here's other nursery items you and your little one might love. And then you're recommending based on what they purchased. So you can see it's pretty simple how we've done it. If you want a video explaining how we do it, just watch that video there. You can access that by downloading the doc. All right, so customer win-back flow. So why this flow? Well, this is really important at getting repeat purchases from people who have fallen off a little bit. Now, you shouldn't expect to get too many conversions from this one because this is a lot of customers that are no longer interested, but it's still good at capturing those shoppers who may have forgot to reorder and that sort of thing. So what we want to include anything that's changed or updated since they've been gone. So if there's new products available, we want to introduce the new products, recommend them some bestsellers, just remind them to order again, and you can even introduce an incentive to win back the customer. So the trigger here is they placed an order and they haven't, I'll show you here, they've placed an order and then they haven't ordered again in the next 60 to 90 days. Then you say, hey, it's been a while. Here's some updates on any changes with the brand. And then you're introducing an offer and then offer expiring. So that's how we set it up. Example emails here just saying, hey, it's been 3 months since your last order. To truly benefit from the system, long-term use is essential, blah, blah, blah. Email 2 is, hey, come back with 10% off. Email 3 is just going to be, hey, your last chance at 10% off. So you see it's pretty straightforward. And this actually does pretty well at converting some shoppers who are still, in that funnel and need to be purchased. All right, last flow here is the sunset unengaged flow. Why this flow? Well, this is important for your deliverability. So all of these other flows have been key for acquisition and retention. This one's going to be crucial for deliverability. So what we like to do here is you need to create a sunset unengaged segment first. So pretty much details here, you need to create a newly engaged segment, and then this is going to help capture people who fall into that segment. And then once that segment is created, you can see they enter the sunset unengaged flow. So if you want a full example explaining this, you can get this guide and I'll explain it to you further. There's a video there, but pretty much how it works is once they enter the unengaged segment, they go through this flow and they receive these 2 emails, and then we create them as true if they don't open or they don't click after receiving these 2 emails, and then we can go in and suppress these users. So it's pretty much what it is a Hail Mary last-ditch effort to get them to purchase and re-engage. So your biggest discount you can afford, give it in this email because they're otherwise going to be gone subscribers because they're going to be manually suppressed. So you may as well offer them a big discount to try and entice them back. Otherwise, they're just going to leave and never hear from you again. So that is how we like to structure it. The emails, so you say, hey, This is our way of tempting you to try us. If you're not interested, no hard feelings. We'll stop sending you emails. Just give them a code goodbye. And then email 2 is like a final goodbye saying, hey, is this the end? We're taking a hint you aren't interested in easy, affordable, custable training. That's okay. So just, pretty standard goodbyes here is all you need. All right, moving on. Here are some specialty flows. So those were the 8 flows that you must set up. They're core flows that you got to set up for your brand. Now, if you want to get a little bit more crazy, and if you are willing and you have the time to set up some specialty flows, here are some you can add. So VIP customer flow. This is pretty much similar to the post-purchase VIP flow, but here you're pretty much just going a little bit in depth. You can create a more advanced and tailored VIP experience. So just, hey, you're now a VIP, here are your perks, and then reminding them of perks. Great flow to set up. You got the birthday flow as well. So you can only use this flow if you are collecting birthday info from subscribers via your email sign-up form. If you want to do that, there is a tutorial here on how to build the birthday flow. What it does, it's really personal flow. So people get a message on their birthday saying, hey, here's your birthday gift. It's a nice way to create that connection with the brand. Next one, auto replenishment. So a lot of brands, skincare brands, they need people to top up and reorder. So this is going to help increase repeat purchasing and LTV by reminding the customer to stay on track and continue ordering. So like I said, it's great for skincare, supplements, or any brand that sells products that need top-ups. So pretty much they place an order and they haven't ordered in X amount of days. Then we get them a restock reminder, then a restock reminder. Here's an example of what that will look like. And lastly, here is the back in stock flow. So why this flow? Well, it increases purchases by reminding customers automatically when a product is back in stock. So yeah, just general back in stock reminders when someone has opted in to receive a notification when it's back in stock. We can tailor this flow so they get that reminder there. If you want details on how to build that, there's a guide here you can click as well. All right, that's pretty much everything. So that is the complete email flow guide. If you want a more in-depth analysis, there's some things I didn't go over in this video. You can get access to this doc for free. Just click the link below and I'll send it to you right now. Thanks so much for watching. If you also are interested in a free email marketing audit for your brand, if you think you're not maximizing your Shopify sales and you think your brand is leaving money on the table when it comes to email marketing, I'll jump in and provide you a free email marketing audit. 30-minute session, we'll walk through, we'll diagnose your current challenges you're facing. If we think we can help, we'll provide you with an offer. If not, you can walk away with a free audit that you can implement for yourself. So if you want access to that, you can book a call with me. I'll link a calendar in the description as well. Also has some other trainings here as well. You can click below. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.